Alarm clock buzzing, but we already wake. Boots on the floor, got a full pot to make. Sun coming up on a Texas sky. Grill still smoking from last night's fry. Talk about fish and talk about wood. Stories get bigger like they always should. Handshakes firm and laughter loud. Just good men making their mamas proud. No drama, no fake, no shade. Just brother showing up unafraid is the mandate. Pull up a chair, fire in a pit, and smoke in the air. Coffee first, then bourbon later. Life gets better when you're with your neighbor. From the job site grind to the hunting ground. Real talk rolling.
Says we're up.
Good old sound. We ain't perfect, but we stand up straight. Saturday morning on a mandate.
Hey, good morning, good morning. It is the Mandate Show. And
good morning.
We have got a heck of a subject to talk about this morning. I was sitting at a gas station, and I was watching something, and it hit me. But we're going to start something off first real quick. Andrew, you have been hot and heavy on this, so go for it.
So, for those of y'all who are on the radio, you cannot see me right now. Truthfully told, I couldn't see you either, even if you were right here. But,
maybe if you closed one eye.
I know, right? But I am wearing all sorts of Blue Coats gear right now. I've got my Blue Coats alumni shirt, my 50th year core anniversary shirt. I've got my Blue Coats alumni jacket and my blue lace and penny. That's a tradition that we had in the Blue Coats. I marched the Blue Coats back in 1998. That's about 30 years ago.
98, wow.
Almost 30 years ago.
Yeah. I moved here in 97.
97?
Yeah.
Wow.
July 97.
So, and the reason why I'm wearing it all today, I'm really blued out, and that's our call sign. In fact, you know what? When they announce us, people who haven't seen us before, they think we get booed.
Yeah, it's blued.
Yeah, they blew us. They go blue. But anyway, today is Drum Corps International's finals day.
Now that is precision marching and band playing. It's really impressive. It's a lot of fun to watch.
It's theater on the field.
Yeah, it is. And some of those corps are really, really impressive. They do all kinds of gymnastics and stuff out there. And
they do.
It's pretty neat.
This year, actually, the Blue Coats are going undefeated against groups like the Blue Devils.
Yeah.
There's a lot of blue groups out there. There's Blue Devils, Blue Stars, Blue Knights. But either way, the Blue Devils is the top winningest corps in DCI history.
Right. And they recruit from high schools all the time.
Kind of. They used to.
Yeah.
Well, some like the top 12s, you got to be extra good to be a high schooler to get in there. But in this group, it's 21 and under. Basically from 16 to 21. But there's groups in San Antonio like Genesis that's out of San Antonio. I've got a couple friends that went there. There's groups all over the country. The Blue Coats are based out of Canton, Ohio now.
Right.
You've got to be extra good to be in high school and to be in one of these top
I had
six drum
an old
corps.
girlfriend that was in the blues, but this is way before you.
Yeah.
They were still beating drums that were made out of real hides.
Yeah, you're talking about tri-toms, dude. They stopped making those.
Yeah.
But today is finals day. Blue Coats have gone undefeated this year so far.
So does this mean this is the last show I get to hear about it?
No, you're still going to hear about it. I still talk about it because come up in November is when the auditions for next year start again.
Oh, man, that's great.
But they are 1 point shy, just 1 point shy of beating the all-time high score record right now.
Well, that's cool.
So,
yep. All right.
Kudos to all the kids who have been working their tails off all summer long in the heat.
Yes.
In the heat.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal out there.
So congratulations to all y'all. Even if you don't get to march today, your corps didn't make the finals, but you still did a bang up job. So good job to all of y'all.
Yep. All right. So I was sitting at a gas station, and I was watching this young lady put gas in her car, and sitting in the right seat was about a 21, 22-year-old boyfriend, husband, right, a significant other. And I'm sorry, but that just burns me to the core. I wanted to go rip his lips off and drag him around there and teach him how to put gas in that car and have her sit in the air conditioning while he was outside sweating. That made me so mad. So I came up with the idea, and I called Andrew, immediately. And I said, we're going to do a show on the different things that you require as a father to date my daughter. Okay? Now, I have one daughter. Andrew, how many daughters you have?
I have, let's see, I think I have more daughters than I have toes on my left foot.
Yeah, well, that's not hard.
Yeah. No, so I have one biological daughter.
Right.
I have a bonus daughter, and then a bonus daughter.
Any grandkids?
No.
I have
that
one
I know
grandkid.
of. That I know of yet.
One granddaughter.
Although
All right. Now, we have a new guest.
Yeah, I was about to get into that. Go ahead.
So we have Thad Parker. Now, Thad, you have how many daughters?
I have 5.
Get right up on the mic for me.
I have 5.
5 daughters.
Yes.
Holy mother of Pete.
Yeah,
I bet you don't get a word in edgewise at home.
Well, 3 of them are gone, so.
Well, I mean, beforehand.
But our 20-year-old, she kind of, she has enough words for everybody in the house.
And, Jim, I know you have one daughter.
I got one daughter. Yeah.
Get right up on that mic for me, sir.
Yeah, I got one daughter. She's 16,
And
I got a little grandbaby. She's an angel though. She's
of
just
course she
turned 2
is.
years old.
Grandchildren are always
She's
angels.
the best. Dude, I like her better than all the other kids.
Well, you know what? Grandkids are the best revenge ever.
Oh yeah. Andrew told me yesterday. I said, "Did you see her new earrings?" He goes, "Really?" I said, "Yeah, she's got brand new earrings." She goes, "You know she's spoiled, right?" I said, "Yeah, that's my job."
Oh, yeah. Well, I've said this on the air several times. It's parents' job to do the discipline.
Yeah.
The grandparents' job is to spoil them.
Yeah.
And the aunts and uncles are to make memories.
That's right.
Do not discount the aunts and uncles because
That's right.
aunts and uncles are just as important as the parents and the grandparents. My uncles would, take me and do things that my parents didn't know about.
Yeah.
We'd go shoot guns, come back, and if they had a GSR test back then, I would have tested definitely positive.
Yeah. That's your first call for when you go to jail.
Yes, exactly. I didn't call my mom and dad when I got
I wasn't
in trouble.
brave enough to call my dad.
My dad, you've seen my dad. He was 6'5". He was a gorilla. But I didn't fear my dad. I feared my mom.
Yeah.
You ain't kidding.
Yeah.
My mom, those the foam chanclas, right? The slip-ons. I swear hers was made out of steel.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, wait a minute. Okay, so the Hispanics have the chanclas. Tell them what your wife hid all over the house.
Wooden spoons.
You told me last night she had one in the glove box.
Yeah.
Oh,
See,
yeah.
we had the big
Don't
old
leave
wooden,
home without it.
we had the big old wooden spoon that my mom got from Matamoros.
Oh man.
That was that one too. Except that one had the red stains on it from menudo and chili con carne on it.
Mama, now you're talking my language. So, where are you at, Adam? Starts out with, let me put on some spectacles here. We are going to do 2 Corinthians 6:14. I got 2 of them, actually.
You got 2 of them.
Yep. And it says, do not yoke yourself to non-believers. Mismatched oxen do not work. And let's see here. I've got to read my writing. And the second one is, let me find it here. Oh, goodness. Now it's disappeared on me.
Notes app.
I know. It's either on your phone or on my phone. Oh, yeah, here it is. Seek God first, Matthew 6:33. Okay? Seek God first. So that led me to ask the question, does God give us the privilege of picking our spouses? And the answer, and believe it or not, I used AI on this, and it said yes, because we have free will.
Yep.
But we are to use him for guidance to pick our spouse. Okay, so first of all, if your spouse, and I'm going to touch a little bit on politics here, is a liberal and you're a conservative, that ain't going to work.
Yeah.
If your spouse is a Satanist, and you're a Catholic or a Baptist or a Christian, that ain't going to work.
So who's going to convert who?
Exactly. I guarantee you it's going to go the opposite way because the good apples in a barrel do not make the spoiled one get better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And I would even go a step further. If you're a Pentecostal and the other one's a staunch Baptist, that's somebody's going to have to give.
well,
And-
neither one of them dance, so what the heck?
No,
Yeah.
the Pentecostals dance.
Pentecostals dance.
They dance.
They dance in
Yes.
church. They'll dance. Yeah.
They'll
no
run on
kidding.
top of the pews and everything.
Oh, man.
Oh yeah. One of them's
Jim,
gonna
we
be
missed the
miserable.
wrong church,
Yeah.
man.
No, man. Yeah.
That is the one church. You know, nothing against Pentecostals at all. I love people, love them, but that is the one church that I got scared at.
Really? Was they shaking a snake at you?
Well, just as much as they moved, because remember, I grew up in the Mormon church.
Oh my gosh!
You know, everybody sat there with their white shirts and the ties on, and was real all reverend and everything. So even when I was going to Renegade Church with the music there, that was still a new thing to me.
Yeah.
And when we got pulled off stage after we played our music during the prayer, I was used to standing still during prayer. And this is when Valerie, do you remember Valerie? She said, "No, you got to get off the stage." I was like, you know, not moving during the prayer. That's what I thought. But
You know, I'm gonna tell you something. That girl could sing.
she can sing.
Valerie had a voice on her
She
like
could
an
sing.
angel.
Woo. But when I went to the Pentecostal church, all that dancing, and I was like, "Ooh, man, y'all really filled with the Spirit." Shabada, shabada, shabada.
You know, I go to the Branded Cowboy, and it's all this old country western steel guitars and fiddles and stuff. And I'm like, why don't they just have a dance floor during and let us circle, you know, during the worship service?
Well, that place used to be a dance floor.
It is. I mean, the music is so good. And we were talking about that before we were on the air, that the worship service for me isn't as much as important as the sermon.
Yes.
Because a lot of times the music is, one, played in an octave I can't sing in. Two, it's so loud that you can't hear yourself think.
Yeah.
And it's just miserable for me. So I'll sit outside and wait for the music to go, and then I'll go in. So, but the music was good at Renegade.
Yeah.
They were really good. But I really like where I'm going now. So, but anyways, we got to stay on track here. So here's the deal. What are some rules, Thad, for you to lay out for your daughter for picking a boyfriend or a husband or whatever?
First of all, he has to be Christian, and he
Right.
has to be active in his faith.
Right.
He has to respect his mom, because if he doesn't respect his mom, he's not going to respect
That's
you.
a good point.
Yep.
And he has to meet me, and he has to ask me if he can go and take her on a date before he even asks her.
That's a good old fashioned respect thing.
Yeah, as I want to know him, I want to have a conversation with him, and I want to know.
So a guy
his
shows up,
intentions are.
hits the horn at the driveway. What's your next step?
You're not leaving the house.
That's right.
And he's down the road.
Yep. Kick rocks, buddy.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me bring it back to you. Let me bring it to newer terms. The guy pulls up, doesn't honk, doesn't get off of the car, but she comes down because he texted her.
Yeah, no. He's
Ain't
not.
happening,
No, it
Bubba.
ain't
He needs to
happening.
get down. Yeah.
It happens. She's too valuable.
Absolutely.
She's a treasure.
That is a great point. Your daughter is valuable. Now, but she's not a princess. I don't like that. Treat your daughter like a princess, because that sets the husband boyfriend up for failure, because then she carries that into the relationship.
But she's a child of God.
Yes,
and
she
that's
is.
more valuable
But
than
that
a
makes her an
princess.
heir, but not a princess.
That's right.
So, anyways,
That's right.
all right, Jim, your opinion.
Plus, my daughter, man, I don't even want to think about her dating, but she does
Well,
it.
first
right?
of all, your daughter is like 7 foot tall.
Yeah, and I'm more afraid of the guy than than what he's gonna do to her.
Yeah, she is tough.
Yeah,
I know her.
yeah, but it's
She used to beat the hell out of her brother.
oh man,
Oh wow, yeah.
yeah. She had him in a chokehold one time, and she's like, "Dad, look what I learned." I was like, "Whoa, you can't do that."
Let him go.
Yeah.
She's like the Hispanic version of the Beverly Hillbillies.
Nice.
Donna.
Ellie Mae?
Yeah, Ellie Mae.
Ellie Mae?
Yeah, but and it's just, I mean, the respect thing is big, and I don't know, maybe I'm old fashioned and stuff, but like, she just some boy keyed her car not too long ago, and she paid for it by herself, all that kind of stuff. So I told her, I said, she goes, yeah, and my boyfriend got mad at me. I was like, why? He didn't stick up for you? She goes, no. I said, get rid of him.
Yep.
If that guy
That's
does not back
right.
you up, regardless who it was, because it was his friend, I said, then you don't even need to be near that guy.
That's right.
That's right.
That's the
And she
wrong
did-
choice.
Yeah, so she ended up dumping them or whatever. They
Good
quit
girl.
talking. You know, but
Well, when she was like 10 or 13, something like that, and we were going to church together, I'd walk up and go, "Have you got a boyfriend yet?" "No." "Why don't you have a boyfriend?" "Because my dad won't let me." I said, "Do you know why?" "Because if you get a boyfriend, Uncle Rob
yeah.
and your daddy are going to jail."
Yeah. Yeah, I tell her all the time. I said, make sure you got a couple pens in the tablet because you have to write me some letters.
It's like you see this piece of metal, it goes a whole lot faster after 9.
Yeah. But, you know, I mean,
You better keep some bail money in there, too.
yeah, you know, at the school, you know, because I'm a teacher at the high school, you know, so I see some of those students and some of my students, I got a couple girl students, but I'd tell them too. I was like, hey, don't put up with these guys. You know,
Absolutely.
you know, have respect for yourself most of all. You know, I said, if these kids, I said, if they can't open the door for you, I said, man, you don't even want to be near them. You know.
Well, how do you feel about if when you open up a door for a woman, say a millennial age, and they look at you and scoff at you? What, what do you say to them?
I don't say nothing, man, because my mouth will get me in trouble. You know, so
Have a blessed day.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Have a blessed day.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, it's tough. You know, it's tough. But, you know, the one thing that gets me about some of these kids, like, you know, you go to introduce yourself to one of them, and they're just sitting down.
They won't stand up and shake your hand.
Yeah, and that, for me, that's one of the things, like, no, man. You know?
Yeah. Well,
like I said, maybe that's old-fashioned stuff, but...
I agree with you, Jim. Eye contact is another thing.
yeah.
That's
yeah.
right. Well, and so we talk to our kids about it early in age, and we really like encourage them not to date until they're 18.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because our approach to dating is dating is an interview to find your partner.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And unless you're ready to settle down and get married, you don't need a date.
Yeah.
Because and my oldest son, he's 17, and I'm like, "Do you have your eye on a girl?" He goes, "Nope." He goes, "I'm not even interested. I'm not ready to support a family.
Yep.
So I'm not ready to date."
Well, but the other side of that is when you start dating, that also teaches you how to, I don't want to say manipulate, but how to train yourself for relationships.
Well, and we do encourage. You can have friends.
Yes.
Have relationships with the opposite sex, and
Right.
that's the best way to
You
learn.
agree.
Find your
I agree.
find your spouse, because there's no fronts.
And-
if you're friends, they're not going to put up a
You know,
front.
the old way used to be pick them up at church.
Yeah.
You pick them up in a bar, you're going to lose them in a bar.
Yep.
So
That's right.
Well, let's go into the dating. There's a thing called the 3-3-3 method, right? It's the 3-3-3 rule. 3 dates, 3 weeks, and 3 months. After the first 3 dates, you have a fun vibe. You check it for the fun vibe, right? The second one is if you look at it and see if you want to keep on seeing them. All right. And this third date is you need to have another date because you have that fourth date because the first 2 are nerves. Okay. You were nervous around them. You weren't comfortable. So have that third and fourth date to see if the nerves go away. Then there's 3 weeks. After the 3 weeks, you look for steady habits and consistencies. All right. Does he open the door for you? Does he pick up the tab? Does he come to the door? That kind of stuff. After the second thing you want to look at after 3 weeks is noted everyday life, not just on the dates. How does he act every day? How does he act around his parents and that kind of stuff? And then talk about the don'ts. Okay? He doesn't do this or he doesn't do that, and address it and see if that's a correctable thing, you know. Then the 3 months, evaluate the real compatibility and core values. Okay?
Yeah, that's a big one.
Check his core values. How they handle a disagreement. Do they yell, scream, throw stuff at you? You know?
Yeah.
Does she come out of the bedroom whirling a bullwhip? You know?
Yeah.
But you also don't want to be a guy. You also don't want a guy for your daughter that just folds.
Right.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
if they're right about something, you know, be right
Right.
in the right way. Right.
Yeah.
I've always told my kids, you can tell me anything you want as long as you have respect in your mouth.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
The third one on that is this is the point where you commit or you walk away. So I thought that was pretty good. How do you guys feel about arranged marriages?
I don't know.
I mean, it still happens.
Is she rich?
Yeah.
Is she rich?
How old is she there?
I know, right?
I always tell Linda, don't worry, baby. As long as she can't afford my divorce, you're stuck with me.
I mean, I believe it's been a while since I've looked at it, but I think statistically they have some of the higher success rates.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they do.
And so, but then again, I mean, it's the religion that they're coming out of. It probably very frowned
Well,
upon.
I do have a person that I know here in town who is a very beautiful woman, right? And she's crazy. She's a squirrel, and she was arranged marriage to this guy, and he's a doctor here in town, and they're happy. They are happy. I mean, he's a great doctor, and she takes care of the kids, and she has a little business on the side, but it was an arranged marriage. Their parents got with his parents, and these two are going to get married.
I think part of why that works is because there's sacrifice made before the marriage. You know, there's pain for the marriage. You know, back in the old days, you used to give like 10 heads of cows. And,
Oh, you're talking about a dowry.
yeah, that's the word. I couldn't think of the right word. A dowry. You know, there's something just like if you buy a kid a car, they don't treat that car as good as if they buy their own car, because they're putting they're putting their own soul in there. Like they're sacrificing for that.
Right.
right.
So in this case, you know, somebody is giving something to the marriage before it happens. So
Exactly.
they're invested in it. You know,
Right.
now they're
Right.
literally invested in
Well,
it.
you know, go
and
ahead.
I think in people in arranged marriages and stuff like that, the culture, they have a better grasp of covenant
Yes.
and the covenant of marriage than we do in the Western world. And I don't, not saying that they're not from Western society. Maybe they're Middle Eastern. I don't know.
Well, this happens a lot in the Middle East.
Yes, and they understand
The
covenant,
Chinese do
and,
it, you know.
and it would be very frowned upon for them to leave or have a divorce or whatever. So
Now, see, my wife has this one little technical thing, and I guess I passed because she says, get them mad and see how they handle it. Intentionally piss them off.
yeah,
Now, I personally don't have to worry about her intentionally pissing me off because that's a daily affair.
she's just getting you back.
I know it. Revenge is a bitch, and it's served cold.
So I think I'm the freshest out of the dating game
Yeah.
from all of us here. And what I used to do, something along that lines actually, but I didn't necessarily get them mad. I would try to judge their interest in me by it was about the third date. I'd stop talking and wait for them to initiate.
You know, that's a really good way of doing that.
I just stopped talking.
I like that. It's a little hard for me. But
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know if I could do
But
that.
you know, again,
I'd have to leave the room.
yeah, no, right?
I tell you what,
I'd have to go check on you if you stop calling me.
somebody a while back, I can't remember who it was, told me, you really talk a lot. And I said, all right. I didn't say nothing. We would be in a crowd with Linda, and I wouldn't say nothing. I just shut it off. People were worried about me
Yeah.
because I'm like,
I would be worried about you too.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I call you once a week.
Yeah.
Thad, I haven't. We've kind of lost touch until I came across this, and I went, dating daughters. I know just the guy for the job. The guy who's got like 1,000 kids. I mean, this guy's 7 brides for 7 brothers, right? So, and then I talk to you every day.
Yep.
Every day. And I never know when to call because he's always like, you woke me up, dude.
My sleep schedule's all jacked up. Hey, but I got 6 hours last night.
No kidding.
I got 6 hours. So
Sweet.
the first time in 6 months that I've gotten more
Yep.
than 3 hours.
Yep.
Well, did any of y'all take your daughters on like daddy-daughter dates?
Absolutely.
I
We
have-
did that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So they could see how to be treated.
Yep.
And,
So
My daughter and I like the zoos and that kind of stuff and museums. So we would hit the museums. So
me and my daughter actually just had a conversation when you and I talked about the show, and she's like, "What's the show going to be about?" And I told her it's going to be about rules for dating your daughter, and it's hard for me to have rules for dating her now
Right.
because she is out on her own.
Right.
She lives in Austin, goes to college there, has a job, and she's just passed the third round of interviews for a phenomenal job that I'm not going to say it right now, but I mean, damn. Either way, so I'm like, first one, she's got to be a Christ follower.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
of course, be respectful. I threw those out there, but she kind of caught me off
Off guard.
because I didn't think about it right off. But then she started talking about what she expects out of a date, and she's like, "Yeah, I see these guys on these dating profiles that they'll say they're Catholic or they'll say they're Christian, but as soon as we start talking, that I know right off that that's a front." And she says that I'm too valuable to fall into that trap. And growing up, she believed in toxic masculinity, but I think it was more of a sibling rivalry thing.
Yeah.
Because my son would open the door for her, ladies first, because that's how I taught him.
Yeah.
And she hated that. But now she's all like, man, if he doesn't open the door for me, that's red flag number one.
There's a really good thing on YouTube and Facebook and that kind of stuff where the husband comes through and just kind of touches his wife, actually swats her on the ass, and she gets upset when he doesn't do it.
Yeah.
So you gotta be consistent.
Yeah.
But the thing that I think that we're lacking when it comes to our daughters is the fact that they don't realize they need us as much as they need their mother, because they gauge men off of how they see us.
Right.
So you got to be that Jesus that they see before they go to dating, because their conscience is going to react how they behave now is when you're not around.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Well, and how you treat your wife.
Exactly.
That's the model right there.
Yeah.
Is how do you know? Are you constantly putting her down? Are you constantly yelling at her, berating her, or are you lifting her up,
well,
building her up?
and see,
protecting
Andrew and
her?
his wife, I love their relationship because they're like two monkeys at the zoo,
Oh,
right?
man.
They're throwing stuff at each other every day.
All the time.
And it's hilarious. And then I get on the phone and I intentionally spin her up and then throw her back at him. And it's hilarious.
Like one of these
Boy,
days,
you better be glad you're on that phone.
one of these days, I'm gonna get mount some GoPros in the house just so y'all could hear our conversations.
Yeah.
It's hilarious. And I pick on Linda. I adore her.
Yes.
Every day, every step she takes, I adore her. She doesn't realize it, but I do. And I pick on her.
Yeah.
But I was raised Bohemian Czech, man. If you don't get picked on, you weren't loved.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you didn't leave a family reunion with a knot on your head and 16 bruises,
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't a day.
Hey guys, real quick, it's that time. Rob just took a drink. I just took a drink, but we gotta all raise our glasses.
Raise her
our
up for coffee break.
coffee break.
Yep. Take a break.
What are you drinking today?
I am drinking my usual.
Your usual?
And Thad had a cup of it this morning.
It was great. I usually don't like coffee, but
Yep.
that was good.
I mixed the Sam's French roast, the purple bag, and I take and grind that up. I use a blender. I have a very high-end blender that I spin it in, and then I mix the coffee beans that I get from Greece, and it's very mild. It's very nice.
Ay, muy fancy.
Hey,
A luxury blender.
hey, man, it's
You know what we call that?
Dave Ramsey.
You know what we call the luxury blender? You know what we call
What's
that? A molcajete.
Mocha Hey, I tell you what, that's one of my favorite things at Las
Hey, you know
Palmas
what?
is the mocha.
I have actually ground coffee with the molcajete before.
I bet you have.
Heck yeah.
Was this back when they called you Jaguar?
No, this was actually right after Harvey.
Yeah.
Because we didn't have electricity for a little bit. We got the electricity, then it went away, then we got it back again. But I was like, you know what? And I didn't have I accidentally bought some whole beans instead of the.
That's the way to
call
buy
it?
coffee. Don't buy it already ground.
And I didn't know the regular blender trick, so
Yep.
just throw it, molcajete, just ground it up.
Yeah. It's the oils in it that make it good. And if you grind the beans up, the oils dissipate.
Yep.
So you grind up enough for 2 or 3 days, and then that's it. Then on top of that, don't run it through a coffee pot. French press it. That's the way to go.
That's too much effort, man.
It takes just as long to French press as it does to make it on the
I
pot.
don't drink coffee. I'll tell you what coffee I do like is that one at McDonald's.
Yes, the McCafe.
Yeah, no, the what is it? The caramel frap.
Oh yeah, well,
Yeah.
hey,
I like, I like those too, but I'm not allowed to have them too much.
Hey man, that's about as coffee as I'm gonna get, man.
Oh man,
I can't do it.
Well, Thad was like, I don't know if I want to try that coffee, and then I put a little bit of some creamer that we got in there.
Yeah, I'll try it. Whatever. Man, maybe it's good.
Just
I tell you what, Thad, the next time you come in,
you gonna give them
monkey
some?
butt. We're gonna get you some monkey butt.
Some monkey butt coffee.
Yep. What the?
Is that mushroom coffee you had?
No.
Monkey butt coffee. No, it's
Kopi Luwak.
Kopi Luwak. It's. You ever seen the movie The Bucket List?
No, I didn't.
And he's talking about the coffee that comes through the cats, the civet cats derriere.
They poop out.
Yeah, they poop it out. We actually drank it on there, and it's really good.
It is. It's actually really good.
Oh man,
It's expensive. 8 ounces is $35.
jeez.
Yeah, but that 8 ounces went a long way.
It did.
Yeah,
It did.
we French pressed the heck out of that stuff. It was really good. So, hey, we need to stop for a minute and take a break and do some advertising. So,
Yes, sir.
let's see here. Let me go. You got it on there? Yep. Okay, let her go, boy.
Life is full of important moments and important decisions. When it comes to protecting your family, your assets, and your legacy, having the right legal guidance matters. At Estate Wise Legal Group, LLP, we specialize in estate planning, probate, guardianship, and litigation. Whether you're planning for the future, navigating the loss of a loved one, or facing a legal dispute, we're here to help, and we're here to guide you every step of the way with clarity, compassion, and confidence. Call 361-573-0183 or visit www.estatewiselegal.com to schedule a consultation today. Estate Wise Legal Group, LLP, protecting what matters most.
All right, that is statewide. I've got his wife putting up Bob Constantine's house on the market as of the 10th. We're going to have a garage sale for Bob to help clean out his house and get his estate taken care of on the 14th, 15th, and 16th. So if you folks want a good estate sale, there's going to be 3 estates in that at one time. So, yep, it's going to be pretty good. But all right, so now we're going to talk about the people who gave us the chairs we're sitting on.
Hey Victoria, it's C&T Liquidations. Looking for comfort, looking for style. We got the deals that'll make you smile. Sofas and mattresses all for less. Your dream home's waiting, come see the best. C&T Furniture for your family. 361-541-4179. 3607 North Navarro. Come on by. C&T Victoria's place for quality. 361-541-4179. C&T Liquidations.
Yeah, well, thank you for them, and they have given us these really nice chairs to sit on, and we traded them out for some advertisement for the radio show, and yeah, they're real comfortable. Yeah, not bad at all. All right, so
Who do we have online? I can't see who we have.
oh
online.
yeah, we need to do a roll call.
Yeah. I did see Linda along, Chris.
Oh yes,
Highlander.
Hi, Linda.
Linda. She's rolling her eyes right now.
Oh, jeez. I can see her eyes rolling right now.
All right, so we got, of course, right off the bat, our producer extraordinaire, Stephanie Conti, my wife, Linda Christ, Mark Kurtz,
What up, Mark?
and Jim Hinojosa is listening. He's
Yeah.
also watching, too.
Yeah, I got it on here.
So, yep, and, so right back at it.
Let's go.
Okay, so there is some stuff that my wife and I discussed about this, and we're going to talk post-marriage now. Okay, so and this is stuff that we've noticed as nurses that irritates us. The wife will be in the hospital bed, the baby's right next to him, the kid's screaming, and both of them are playing video games. Okay, and so when you have a daughter who's had a child, that son has time off from work. That's not time to go hacking around with his buddies. He needs to keep his ass at that house, taking care of that kid. He made it. He helped produce it. You need to help take care of it. Okay.
Yeah.
So as a grandfather, you need to line that boy out. Or if he's your kid, you need to line him out. You know that she's hurting and she hadn't got her energy back, and that baby's just taking it out of her. You need to step up.
Yeah.
So don't go fishing on that day off.
Yeah. Gotta stick around. Gotta help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean you're supposed to be bonding with that kid right there and then. So.
Well, I have my oldest daughter's going through that with her husband right now. They've been married almost 10 years. Their kid's about 14 months now, maybe 15. And he works a lot. He spends about 2 to 3 hours a day working out and all this kind of stuff. Doesn't have a whole lot of time for the child. And
workout schedule's got to go.
Something has to go. He thinks the most important. He goes, the first few years isn't important.
No.
No,
Negative.
it's very important.
Negative.
But he's, that we've had to learn to withdraw because, we go in and we try to correct or anything, then she's going to, protect him.
That's where the aunts and uncles come in.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the question I had, though. At what point do you say they're an adult now? This is their choice.
Cut them free.
Yeah.
Because my mentality is, I'm not just going to, feed her to the wolves, feed my daughter to the wolves or anything like that. But this is why I try to instill and support her growing up.
Right.
Is so when it comes to her finding a partner, she can find a good partner. But once she's an adult, she makes that choice. That's her choice.
And you're right, because there is a place for grandparents.
Yeah. And unless he's being abusive,
Right.
or playing on the other side of the fence, that's a big thing for me too, is playing on the other side of the fence. And I'm not going to interfere. I may, I'll be there to support my daughter, don't get me wrong, but again, not throwing her to the wolves, but that's what you did.
Yeah.
You're an adult, you got to live with your choices.
Yes, exactly.
That's right. That's right.
And I don't want to touch any feelings here, because grandparents, those are their kids. Okay?
That's right.
Yeah.
You got to let them raise them kids.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
That's a tough one.
You cannot confuse nature versus nurture. Okay? Besides, I'm too old to be taking care of a kid all the time. That's a young person's sport. Children take a lot of energy. And these kids are having babies way too damn late in life. They're going to be 70, and this kid's going to be getting out of high school. I mean...
Well, and we're taking care of our grandson right now because our daughter, who's in the Air Force, and her husband works in the oil field. So we're going to have him for about over a month now. And I mean, but we're only like a week and a half into it, and we're like, oh, yeah, we're
tired.
We're too old for this. It's rough. I mean, we're having to teach him how to sleep it through the night and all that kind of stuff because it wasn't done. And yeah,
it's tough.
It's tough.
Yeah.
It is tough. And some of these kids, they don't want to listen about how and the proper ways to do this. I read a book, I read a book how to raise it. That ain't nothing. The younger people need to listen to us because we've already cleaned that diaper. We've already gone through the childhood diseases, the chicken pox, the rubella, and that kind of crap.
We've raised 8 kids. I mean, we
I
know
know
nothing.
You don't know squat, man.
Yeah.
I would say you're a boomer, but you're not.
But the biggest babysitter right now is that TV or that
The iPad.
Oh, the iPad.
That's terrible, man.
Yeah.
I don't know how many people we'll go eat at the restaurant, and the family's over there, and all the kids got their own device, and they're sitting there. It's like, man.
And what a lot of parents don't know, and I will preach this till I'm blue in the face, but giving your kid an iPad to watch, you're at the whim, you're at the mercy of YouTube or whatever channel
They're
you're
raising
on.
your kid.
Yeah.
Because there's this thing called Elsa Gate. Have you ever heard of that? So you know Elsa from Frozen, right?
Frozen.
So parents would oftentimes put Frozen on for their kids or put little clips of Elsa on YouTube. But this was when AI first started, and it wasn't happening from channels here in America, but it'd be channels that were in India and in China.
Yeah.
You know, all of these foreign people that were creating these channels, and it went from being Elsa from Frozen to literally Elsa and Spider-Man doing stuff that they're not supposed to be showing on YouTube. And eating fecal matter in a cartoon form. And their
Are
kids
you
were
kidding me?
I'm not kidding at all. And kids were watching this.
Yeah.
This
and-
is why AI scares me.
Well, AI itself, you know, I'll tell you this, AI itself has gotten better, but there's still people that use it for bad stuff.
Absolutely.
And people that just throw stuff together that don't know what they're doing. They're just in it to make a quick buck.
Well, you know, our ads are AI.
Yep.
That screen behind us is AI. I mean,
I can tell.
it's great because that's one sexy SOB right there, boy.
Yeah, but in real life, oof.
Yeah, that's the Bohemian Love monkey right there.
Get you a little.
Shango de l'Amour.
No.
But you know, I mean, Steve Jobs and Bill Gates wouldn't even let their children
Absolutely.
Nope,
You-
they don't.
get on their stuff.
So if they wouldn't let their children, and you're going to let yours,
Yeah. Well, I mean, you don't even just TV alone. Every commercial is. I mean, they got. It's the stuff they have on just regular TV that they're trying to normalize
Yeah.
for these kids. It's terrible.
the
man.
perversion.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
sickening, man.
Now-
The MTV back, man, 20 years ago when we're helping out with youth, I guess 25 years ago, leading youth ministries, we would go to Acquire the Fire, and they talked about how MTV had an agenda, and they wanted to sexize the women, the girls, the young ladies, and they wanted to turn. They had a name for it. I couldn't remember what that was, but I remembered the guys. They wanted to turn them into mooks, like where they were just immature, practical jokers, basically like the people on Jackass. They wanted to
Yeah.
turn them into those type of people, and it's what we have because my daughter is 20, and she just talks about how the guys are just wimps. They don't want to approach her to ask her for a date. They don't. She almost has to initiate conversations with them because they've become spineless because they've heard the more toxic masculinity, like it's a bad word or
Well,
something.
litigation's
to be
had something to do with that too. I
So-
mean,
And you know what? Being fresh off the dating game, I say fresh off, but I've been married for 2.5 years now. I was feeling, I was going through some of what you're talking about recently compared to, you've been married for
24 and a half years.
half my lifetime.
Yep.
So, we, as a guy, I was afraid to ask women out too, for personally, because I would always get the, ew, or
The ick factor.
I would get the, don't talk to me, or why are you harassing me?
Wow.
Yeah.
So I would
Me
have
on
to.
the other hand, I'm like, hey, baby, que paso?
So,
What's the digit?
yeah. But
Be
it's
different. Say yes.
but it's crazy how y'all both brought up TV and you brought up MTV. You ever go back and listen to or watch some of the stuff that we watched as kids, and watch the insinuations that they had there? I mean, there are sexual insinuations in Bugs Bunny and Tom and Jerry.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And with music, one of the more popular songs out there when I was growing up, an 80s R&B song, 90s, I'm sorry, I forget, I majored myself, but there's some lyrics in there. I was listening to it on the radio, I was jamming, and I've never been that big of a lyrics guy until I lost my vision. I'm the music. I'm a musician. I'm a drummer. I play saxophone. I've always listened to the rhythms, the beats, the harmonies, the melodies. I started listening to lyrics more, and I'm kind of afraid to say these lyrics, although they're perfectly fine FCC wise. But the lyrics go backstage, underage, adolescents. How you doing? And I'm like, oh my goodness, I used to listen to this, you know, as a kid, and we would jam that song as
Yeah.
a kid. But nowadays, that's even worse. Say you got people like Lil Nas X that are having shoes made with blood in them, like satanic shoes and stuff like that. That are being,
man.
and those people are being glorified right now. It's-
like that one concert in Houston where people died. They said that was actually a sacrifice. That
Yeah.
was a ritual.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, it was a satanic ritual, and they were sacrificing those people.
There is just there's so
End
much
times, baby.
there's so much Satan out there. He is all over the place. Him and his demons are all over the place right now.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, you know, coming from an art side of it, the fine arts side of it, it didn't really take me until I actually lost my vision to really see that. That's why I consider me losing my vision a blessing,
Yeah.
because I have time to see that stuff now. It's just crazy.
Until somebody swaps the pepper for the salt, right?
Can't no. Well, well,
Salt for the sugar or something.
if it's that would get me. I can see the black and the white, unless we use white pepper, which we don't do. But salt and sugar,
Yeah.
that would get me.
Okay, Stephanie Connie has something to say here. I mean, it's a pretty long thing. Friday at work, this guy was asking me what happened to the back of my shirt and sent me a pic. Said, look at your phone. I looked at my shirt, was ripped wide open the back. And that can happen at my job, LOL. I was like, well, heck, I don't know. I better put on a jacket. And I put my jacket on, and he started laughing and said, I'm sorry, I'm just playing. It was AI. So that's the kind of stuff that AI can do for you.
Oh yeah.
Wow,
So crazy.
that is crazy.
Yeah, I don't know about that AI stuff, man.
She should have punched him.
Yeah.
I use AI for. I like to say that I use it for good, because I do a lot of research
Yeah,
with it.
you're really good with AI.
I do some generative stuff as far as image generation, even generating music with it. And that one song that you heard, that CNT advertisement, that's an
That's
AI
AI.
song that I made.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The intro to our show is AI.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
He sent me that. We were going to Houston, and he sent it to me on the phone, and I played it through the truck. I looked at Linda, and I went, it's perfect.
Yeah.
It is perfect. It
Wow,
fits
that's
us to a T.
Yep. And I did a mock-up, because, you know, I make band director batons and conductor batons. And I did a mock-up for somebody that's going to use the baton at Carnegie Hall. And it came out exactly how I imaged it and pictured it. And I got the bid for it. So, you know,
Pretty cool.
it's curing right now. The resin is curing as we speak for that baton.
Cool.
Cool.
So,
Back
gosh.
to daughters.
Yeah, back to daughters. Man.
Well, let me ask you this.
Yeah, you ask.
I'm gonna go a different route, because we started talking, you know, spiritual stuff. You mentioned a little bit that you're in the ministry. What part of the ministry are you in?
Well, we teach a lot of on family stuff, family life. So we have a lot of people that would reach out to us about marital advice or raising children. So
Awesome.
And I asked that because, you know, kind of like selfish, semi-selfish, not really selfish reasons. When I first met Rob, I was actually going to school for theology. I was going to Slidell Baptist Seminary. It was a correspondence course back whenever you could still do correspondence through, you know, paper. But I came home one day and my roommate passed away. We found him and he passed away. So that did a whole lot to me, and I stopped. I've actually started looking into different universities, different online courses that have accessibility accommodations to start pursuing my theology again. And that's kind of really why I was doing it. Plus, I'm going to start working with somebody here in town that has a business. They go and visit older people. I say older people. That's bad. I'm sorry. People who can't get around much anymore. But it really is generally the elderly who can't get around, and their kids want somebody to go visit with them to make sure that they've got their needs met, as far as making sure they're taking their medication, making sure they've got meals planned up. Not necessarily for medical care, but like a kind of a nurse, not a nurse, like a maid in a way, but more of a companion too.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna start working with them too. You know, if somebody needs a blessing, you know, let me know. But I was just kind of curious while I was asking for that.
Yeah.
Linda says a lot of sticking together is that you have the same cultural background. That gives you less fences to jump.
Yeah,
or climb.
that's pretty big.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, before we got married, we were discussing. I mean, she already had two. She had 2 kids, and that was something that God had to work out of me, because that was one of the things is I didn't want to date anybody with kids. And God, 3 months before I met Wendy, I just said, look, I'm not going to date anymore. If you have someone for me, you bring her to me.
Right.
I'm not doing this anymore. And 3 months later, I met her, and she has kids, and my family around me is like, she has 2 kids. I said, oh, really? That's a shock. But yeah, we just but that was one of the things is look, she was living with her mom and dad, and Grandpa didn't want to hear the babies cry, so she had to spoil them. And I'm like, hey, we can't be living like this, you know. Rubbing the oldest one's feet till she went to sleep because he didn't want her to cry, and I didn't, and I was like, man, this stuff has to start changing, or I'm scared that they're gonna hate me, because she was gonna be the oldest one was gonna be close to 3 when we got married, and I'm like, something's got to change. And she said, I agree with you, and I'll start it, but I wasn't seeing change, and I'm not going to talk to her for a little bit. I've got to think about this.
Yeah,
because
keep this on the back burner.
Is she really gonna? Is she not going to change? Or is this going to be a clash when we get married? So I kind of withdrew, and I didn't call her. And she called me and said, "Are you mad? Did I do something?" I said, "Look, I see this, and instead of approaching it the right way and asking her about it, because I felt like we already talked about it and things should have been moving, and she just said, hey." She said, I'm living with them. I kind of got to follow the rules. They don't want her to cry.
Yeah.
And she said, but I'm not going to do this when we get married. And
Yeah.
I said, can you at least change something so it's not a drastic change and then they hate my guts?
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know?
exactly.
But yeah, I mean, you have to have, like Linda said, these are the discussions you have to have before marriage or while you're dating.
Yeah.
Are we going to spank, or is it time out? What are we going to do? What church are we going to go to?
Yeah.
All that kind of stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I think the biggest question you asked was, what church are we going to go to? Mm-hmm. Linda and I was out of the church for a while because we had some beef with one of the churches in town. And so we just said, man, we're just going to spend our weekends in out in the nature and go camping and biking and that kind of stuff. And we rode motorcycles and spent every weekend out on the bike. And we were just in God's country. And then Jeff Tisdale and Linda Tisdale grabbed me up and said, hey, why don't you come over and go to church with us? And that's how Andrew and I met, and Jim and I met. And Paul Hildebrandt. Yeah. I talked to him last night, great family. It's not friends, it's family.
Yeah.
That's the family you choose.
At this point, it's just family. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he pisses me off on every once in a while. And I'm like, you better watch it. You better watch it, buddy. I know where you live. I know how to. Yeah. I know your wife.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so good. Jim and I have such a close relationship that if something happens to Jim, I inherit Jen.
Yeah, it's on paper.
But yet, on the other hand, he gets Linda.
Yeah.
I will say to both of y'all, I feel sorry for y'all.
That's been a joke for us for 20 years.
Yeah, for a long time.
The funniest thing I ever heard Jim say was, I was going to make some pulled pork for the church. I walked out and said, hey, Jim, you got a bean cooker? He goes, hey, Jen, come here. I croaked, man. That was so funny.
Mine is the washer, the dishwasher.
The dishwasher, yeah.
Yeah.
If men got to pick on their wives, that's the only way we're going to get attention when we get older. Yeah. Because we stink so bad, nobody want to come around us.
I've got to keep my pick on game up because if not, she's going to just totally run away with
dominate
it.
you.
She'll run away with it. So I got to keep my game up.
Yeah, so the new term now for aggravating is rage baiting.
Rage
Yes.
baiting,
So yeah,
roasting.
they're like, yeah, Dad's good at rage baiting. I rage bait everybody in the house.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
It's our job.
Yeah, the two my two bonus kids, I call them Tweedle 1 and Tweedle 2.
He told me that this morning. I like tears rolling down my
Yeah.
Tweedle 1 and Tweedle 2.
Well, which one am I? It depends on the day.
Yeah, who woke up first? Marge Hinahosa's on
Yeah.
here.
Happy birthday, Mom.
70 years old.
Well,
I
happy
should have said
birthday.
that.
Estas son
70 years
las
young.
mañanitas.
Yeah, happy birthday, Mom. Love you.
So, okay, so let's go there. Mothers.
Yeah.
What should you look for whenever your wife towards what you think a mother should be? I say look at her mother.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know-
Man, I don't know. I love my mother-in-law, man. She's the best.
Yeah,
You
your
know,
mother-in-law's
She
cool.
treats me great. So, yeah.
Okay, so which mother are we talking about? Because my wife right
Your
now.
wife's mother.
Okay, but like the mother that she's accepted, or her biological mother.
Well, let's say biological because of her
Yeah.
biological mother.
Two
wasn't
totally.
around.
I not a good judge because there's two totally
Yeah.
different people.
Unless
I
they're
would
adopted
say the
out or
one that
something
she.
like
Yeah.
I would say the
one
one
that
that she
raised
relates
her.
to.
The
Yeah.
one the one that she's closest to, I'd say, we call her Aunt Patsy. She's the one that makes the tamales.
That isn't no. That is not a mother. That is an angel.
She
if
will-
you make tamales and bring them to Rabu, that's an angel.
She calls her about as much as you call me. Like right after she gets home from work, phone rings. What are you doing?
Yeah.
And they just start talking. They just start talking forever. And
Yep.
you're great. By that person,
Yeah. Well,
I got a winner.
you know me. We sat down and had a lot of food together.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You bring me beans and tamales and
Yeah.
tortillas.
Yeah.
You're my friend. Jen makes the best Mexican beans I've ever had.
Oh, yeah. She's a good cook.
Wow.
Michelle
Yeah,
is
she's a real good cook.
Michelle is the only person that I've ever dated, married, or whatever that I can honestly say that has makes rice better than my mom.
Really?
Yes.
That's dangerous.
Man, Jenny's cooking, yeah, it's bad.
Is
'Cause
it?
if you eat it,
Bad isn't good, or
It's good. Like,
Okay.
it's so good.
Yeah. Well, that's her cooking too.
Whatever she makes, if the plate's this big, she's
Yes.
gonna fill it up. and
Yeah.
then,
You
like,
walk into Jen's kitchen and there's food on the table. She's like, "You better eat."
Yeah. Yeah.
So when Michelle and I first started dating again, she came out to Alvin to visit me, and I got a burn on my arms, and I almost burned down my apartment. 'Cause I just lost my vision. Almost burned down my apartment because I couldn't see a spoon that was on the stove, and it was on. She left me like meal prep for me for the entire week, and every week she would come in. Every weekend she would come in after work and just meal prep for me, just make me all sorts of. All I had to do was just throw it in the microwave.
She
And
could
it-
have one wonky leg and cook like that. Oh,
and it was
mama.
good. It was good, And I'd hate to I hate to compare, but right before her, I was dating my neighbor downstairs from me. Total difference as far as the cooking goes, and it's not necessarily like, taste bad or whatnot, but it was like when Michelle made food, it was comfort food. It was comfortable. It was
Yeah.
like food that I knew, and it tasted phenomenal.
Well, when I married Linda, she had to look in the Better Homes and Gardens cookbook to know how to make Kool-Aid. I mean,
You need to get her the Paula Deen book.
so, but she's gotten way better over the years.
Yeah.
And her cooking has gotten really good. So I can't complain.
We grew up cooking, man. Mom, I
Yeah.
mean, when we were kids, my mom worked. So, she would make breakfast, and then we'd go to grandma's house and we'd complain, man, mom didn't make no breakfast. So grandma would make us breakfast again.
Absolutely.
So when I knew I had a good, it wasn't through food, it was cold. I met her on November 23rd, and I worked outside. I framed houses. She got me hand warmers.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
I mean,
I'll
she
be
was
danged.
thoughtful. So
Yeah.
Hey guys, it's been
Yep.
one great show today. Don't forget
Yes.
to go like, share, subscribe to all of our channels.
That's
on
quick.
It's at the Mandate Show TX on Facebook, YouTube, and at the Mandate Show TX at gmail.com if you want
Right.
to shoot us an email.
Well, Thad, thank you for driving in from Dallas to come in here to the show. We want you to come back in about 6 months. We're going to do a show about old farts. Old men. We're just standing around old men. I'll see if I can get a few more.
We got Paul in here.
So you mean I don't need
Yeah, we need to get Paul in here.
I don't need to be here for that one then, right?
Yeah, you're excused.
I'm excused
By
for
the
me.
way, we figured out something.
Bring
Both of us
HMC,
both
Magic
of us are having surgery on the
95.9
same day.
FM. Victoria Lopez Broadcasting.
Bye-bye, guys.